Welcome this evening. We're here to launch Shane Howard's lyrics book. I think this is the first time that Port Fairy's undertaken a venture of this sort to go in conversation and song. So tonight we're actually going to wander our way through Shane's journey and have it punctuated by some guest musicians. The Age described Shane in an article today as one of Australia's most respected singer-songwriters. I'm sure that's no surprise to any of us in the room this evening. Can you please welcome Shane Howard? Congratulations on the book. You must be delighted with the way it's turned out. It looks fabulous.
Well, thanks, Milton. Yeah, it's a funny thing to think your life adds up to about a kilo, maybe half a kilo.
But I mean, when you, as an artist, I suppose you're generally looking forward to the next song or the next record, the next word, the next lyric. Did this give you a chance to basically reflect back on what's a pretty vast body of work?
Sadly, there's more years behind me than in front of me. And yeah, you do actually get to look back on where you've been, because you keep moving forward all the time. We had a piano at home, and Mum played piano, and we sang as a family.
Yeah. And do you recall your first song that you wrote?
That's a lot. That's sort of teenage years. Yeah, I think that had something to do with girls. And I'm not going to share that song with you.
Surprise, surprise. And,
I know the first song I sang on guitar, the first song I learnt was Blowing in the Wind.
All right. And, that was a good start.
It was a good start. Thank you, Bob.
When you were 18 or 19, you took off, I think I read somewhere, with all of $32 in your pocket to expand your thinking and enjoy a bit of Australian life. I suppose in today's values, that's probably a one-way ticket from Warrnambool to Melbourne. So you got a bit further than that, obviously.
I did a year at Monash doing an arts degree. That wasn't for me, it was a small school, and took off and went hitchhiking. Hoped to get to Sydney. I'd been picking grapes up in Mildura with a lot of mates, and we left that behind. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and got to hitchhike to Sydney, got there and slept the first night under the Harbour Bridge with all the parkies. And they were old gentlemen, those men. Yeah. And then I thought, well, if you get this far, I played at the Elizabeth Folk Club, but it's no longer there. And I wondered how far you could get, so I just kept going and drifted north to Byron Bay, and there was nothing there then. And Noosa, I think there was a pizza bar and a post office.
It's a shame that $32 could have been used for some sort of real estate mini.
Yeah, and I ended up in Cairns, and it was half a dream to get to Darwin, and someone told me how you get a cheap flight to Timor, and that was kind of an attraction, but the Indonesian army put a stop to that
time. Yeah. I suppose during those early days, were you writing? I mean, you've always carried a journal with you. Were you documenting, and were ideas coming to you for what were the gestation of songs?
Yeah. Yeah, you won't find those in the lyric book, a lot of those early songs. I wouldn't inflict that on you, but yeah, no, slowly, I guess, as your experience increases, you start to write about those experiences. And the world was big and wide. It was bigger than Dennington anyway, and it was sort of opening up. Pretty amazing, like you're travelling with people when you're hitchhiking, and they tell you their yarns, and after a while you go, these people don't know who I am, and you start making yarns up about yourself. That's pretty interesting. You go, how far can you stretch this?
Well, there's a storyteller that started there. I suppose one of those songs reading in the lyric book, it must have been Razor's Edge, that had a sort of a gestation there. It was a sort of naive, youthful optimism in a way, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember when I left Melbourne to take off at that time, Bob Dylan's Blood on the Tracks album had just come out, which is a mighty seminal album, and it lit a spark in my head, and somewhere up around Byron Bay and up around that country in northern New South Wales, I started stringing some lines together, and that kind of became the birth of Living on the Razor's Edge.
Well, why don't we hear that song play? And can you please welcome to sing Razor's Edge, Troy Cassar-Daley.
He knows it better than I do, let me tell you.
Well, because I come from the north coast of New South Wales, I think the mention of Byron Bay for me was the first thing that really sucked me in. But then I read into the lyric about what it was saying. It was just a really great observation to me about the place where I'm from. And then now I live in Queensland. You can't really sing it up in Queensland now. They run you out.
Well, Joe Bjelke-Petersen was in power at the time. It was pretty tough yard. So.
Do you want to do the intro, brother, or could you just go straight in? You want?
I bet you do a fantastic job.
Oh, great. If I mess this up, Shane can boot me later.
I'm not going to miss out.
Come on, you can help me, you're here. But I want to say that Shane has really been a big influence on me. My first record that I had out, I mimicked Shane quite a bit, just with his voice, because I loved the tone of his voice when I was a kid. And I sort of listened to that first single now, I think to myself, that could have easily been Shane Howard singing, but it was just me parroting him. So it was amazing to look back now and just see the love that he's thrown out like a boomerang that always comes back, but he's given us a lot more than he actually realises. So I want to say thanks to Shane. I can't wait to read the book.
I'm glad you didn't keep on down that track of singing like me, because it's a character voice. God, he went way beyond that.